All right, testing, testing, testing. All right, looks like we are live, guys. All right, just give me a second while I sort this shit out. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's start with a disclaimer, as usual. Anyway, so I'm going to go through a few trades, just where I think we are at the moment, what I'm looking for the rest of the week, and yeah, just general chat about things that are going on, and see if we can prepare ourselves for trading for the next week. Anyway, first things first, disclaimer, everything in this video is for general information and educational purposes only. Nothing presented constitutes financial product advice, personal advice, or recommendation to acquire or deal in any financial products. Examples are illustrative only and should not be relied upon as indicators of future performance, as past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance. Alright, now I've got that shit out of the way, let's get into some charts. Right, sorry, I just got to move things around here a bit so I can see them properly. Alright, so we'll start off with Bitcoin, as usual. Basically, looking at this daily chart, oh shit, what happened there? Yeah, she's been a bit messy lately. Oh fuck, these alerts coming in now. Jesus. Just hold on, guys. I've got to turn the sound down a bit. It's going to drive me nuts. Yeah, that's better. Alright. Actually, I'll probably just take my headphones off. Yeah, so basically, Biddy at the moment, we just had another little dive down the end of last week, Thursday, and to be honest, I was a bit disappointed. We didn't really push out of there. It came down, looked pretty good. You can see we came down and we've retagged this order block down here, and I thought that was going to be a nice strong bounce, but we've just been faffing about. So this weakness since the big sell-off here, this weakness is continuing. I think I was chatting to you last week. We would have been here, but that was a good move. Managed to trade that relatively well, actually. I did actually sell a bit here. I was hoping, though, because of the 12-hour chart, I was thinking this was a bit of, just hadn't gone high enough. I was hoping we'd get up here a bit further before getting the pullback, but here you go, here we are. But as you can see, we've come back down. We're kind of in this, we're not getting these strong moves up and down. We're just chopping around here. So this was a good opportunity to buy in here. I think I explained earlier, I went in a bit too heavy here. Had to chop out somewhere in here. Then once we started showing some strength, got back in. Traded this fairly well here. Got out here, and then yeah, just we're at this spot here at the moment where I've pulled back in a lot. So yeah, we're just sort of flapping about here at the moment. So I think overall, unless for some reason the whole 4-year cycle is going to play out, which I don't. I think we're going to be more driven by liquidity flows now. So we might get a period of kind of just shit stuff going on until we have the government reopen in the US, plus also a little bit more aggressive QE happening. We're just going to be sitting in this kind of flapping about range. But look, anything can happen here, and you can see here, once we got this head and shoulders here, I was sort of bailing out here. We got this spike up, that, and Solana and everything else did that as well, but this was during the evening for me, so it was kind of good because I didn't get worried that this was going to take off. I probably would have if it had happened at 7 o'clock in the morning my time. Anyway, so I was out of most of my positions, and so we just drained down. So it gave me good opportunities. I'm a bit disappointed about this though, because I think it was Thursday, and I got into some really good entries on these drops. Definitely got in on this one, and the ETH chart, which we'll go to in a minute, was actually pretty good as well. So got some cracking entries, but skirted out a little bit, but then basically rode it all back. So then got stopped out. So I was a bit disappointed with that, that we didn't sort of carry on there. So just she's been some pretty wild moves in the last week. So yeah, if you haven't been trading that well, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's pretty hard and pretty choppy environment at the moment. Back to the 12 hour, just to get some bearings on where we are. So CME gap, we're getting a bit of a drop here now. This might actually be a good opportunity to put a trade on. So let's just see what happens here. We're getting oversold on the RSI, 30 minutes. You can see by the coloured background here. So if you're not aware of how this indicator works, it colours the background for the RSI as well. So you get an indication of, without looking at the RSI, you get an indication that we're oversold here. So you can, if I open that up, everything's a bit slow probably because I'm streaming. But anyway, you can just believe me. So that means if we get a high volume spike in here, this might be a good opportunity to buy actually. CME gap is nothing in it, so that's good. We haven't had the that indecision, environment that causes a lot of indecisions for me when we start pumping and creating a massive gap like we did here. It just makes me a little nervous, and that's why when these head and shoulders came in, I thought, yeah, this is cooked. And so I was quite happy to be protecting myself there. But yeah, so here we are here. I better finish this stream pretty quick so that I can think about trading rather than talking to you guys. But anyway, just thought I'd chat about that. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking at the moment. There's no gap. That's a good sign. Or maybe there's going to be no gap. So we're not going to have any pressure either way from that. So I think that's a good sign. Depending on how this all closes, that'll be good. Yeah, I think we've had enough of these big flushes, to be honest. I think we're just going to be chopping around here. Like this liquidity event definitely threw a lot of people off, liquidated a lot of people. People are still licking their wounds, trying to work out what to do, and that's why we've just been kind of chopping about here. I was going to show you the range. Did I draw the range in? I thought I drew the range in. Maybe I deleted it. Anyway, we are kind of sitting in this this range at the moment, and yeah, until we basically sort of get out of here. So I guess you could draw it like this. I like to draw my ranges on the 4 hour. So when you get a big move, you can either draw it from so the top to the bottom on the 4 hour of the bodies. Is normally what I do as just the starting point for your range, and then and go from there. I think we are in a pretty good position at the moment. This might just chop around here for a bit, and then we'll see what happens. I didn't draw it on this chart either. Maybe I deleted it. Anyway, that's that. MicroStrategy. I was going to talk about MicroStrategy as well, because I have quite a reasonable position in MicroStrategy in my self-managed super fund, and I need to make a decision on this. So I've got this order block through here, which I think is going to be pretty pivotal. You can see we've moved into that and then basically moved out. We're sitting above at the moment. I'm sort of just waiting to see what happens here. If Bitcoin shows some more strength, then I think I'm going to push out of here. But you see a massive blow off top. We've pulled back in, and then just been chopping around in here ever since. So this has actually been quite some time. It hasn't been. So that's from November. So we've almost, we're almost. Where's the year? Up here somewhere. That can't be right. What chart am I on? Daily chart. Where's the year? 365 is in here. Yeah, so we've almost been a year of just chopping around. That's pretty incredible. So anyway, it's definitely built this range here that we're probably going to trade in. You could probably also take it from there. It's probably more sensible in this case. So yeah, I'm watching it. If this breaks down further and Bitcoin does break down, then yeah, I'm going to lighten my positions and look for something else to put the money into. But at the moment, there's nothing to do, I think. So I'm just going to wait this out. But I'm going to be watching it every couple of days just to think about what I should do there. Moving on to more onto crypto. Not that MicroStrategy is not crypto related. ETH's kind of been in this range as well. Once again, 4-hour chart. I like to draw the ranges on the 4-hour chart, and yeah, when you get a big move, yeah, just whatever the bounce is. So because this was such a bit of a false move because of massive liquidation, I've basically gone, well, that was the move, there's the pullback, and so that's our range there. So, and then as you can see, we've tagged it a couple of times here, so pretty happy with that definition of the current trading range at the moment for ETH. So I'm going to stick with that for a while. You can also see we've got this daily order block here. So this is a high probability order block. You can see there's I like these, so fair value gap in there, however you want to draw it, from this big candle here, and I guess the idea is that the previous order block to that fair value gap is then the high probability order block. You can see we've tagged through it. There is some people that like to actually see this as also a nice range. I don't know if you'd call it an order block. That'd be going against the true definition, but you can see that where you could either use either of those as a point of reference for trading. And yeah, once again, this is still just in a range here, but we're at the range lows here, so we're in deep discount at the moment. So yeah, this might turn into like a silver bullet trade or something like that on one of the time frames. Might sort of look into that to get some ideas of if this drops down, how far we're going to go. As you would be aware, I like the 18-day rolling for ETH. You can see we're just sitting above it here. It's starting to show a bit of weakness now. We've dropped down below that weekend range. Where was the weekend range? Still haven't decided on exactly how I draw my weekend ranges. I haven't been able to get a good understanding of where to draw those, to be honest. I know some other people trade them, so it's I think there's something to it, but yeah, at the end of the day, I haven't quite been able to backtest anything that I can trade with. But as you can see here, we've got the 30-day and the 18-day down here. They were both, well, the 30-day was providing better support there. So if we drop down in here, do a little swing fail, yeah, I'm gonna load up on that. If we don't swing fail this, I'm going to be a little concerned. I might actually lighten some positions then as well. So that's what I'm thinking at the moment with ETH. I don't think we'll get back down here. I think that's a fairly safe scenario. But of course, we're just gonna have to wait and see what the weakness is here. And yeah, look, at the end of the day, we're still in deep discount if you're buying spot and various other things and not playing too hard on the risk scale. That would be still great buying opportunities. And yeah, that's about it for E. So unfortunately, sit and wait at the moment. This little dip in Bitcoin will be interesting, but yeah, let's see how we go. As far as sort of lower time frames, here's that range again that I drew in, so you can see where we're kind of ranging through here. If we get down here, I'm definitely going to be buying up, and yeah, that's about it with that. There was some, I thought there was some LTVW spots here that were pretty good as well, but I've kind of passed that now, so I won't bother talking about going back again. Do flip around a bit too much. Yeah, so moving on to Solana. Yeah, had some good trades on Solana. So where were we a week ago? We're in here. So head and shoulders again. It didn't break down straight away. She kind of made another head and shoulders in that on the 1 hour, but yeah, pull back, retest, come down here. So yeah, I was a bit annoyed, as I was saying before. Traded these fluctuations really well. It was pretty crazy, to be honest. There was a lot going on Thursday, and but yeah, everything just rolled over and shit itself. So that's a bit concerning, and yeah, ended up in this Friday morning situation again. Another Friday morning where we're concerned about what's going to happen over the weekend, basically, with low liquidity. But yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. I think you know, we're going to ride this developing quarterly. You can see the quarterly's been pretty good for Solana. So here's the developing quarterly. We've got the value area low here, and yeah, it's been providing resistance and support along the way. So I'd keep an eye on the Solana with the quarterly, and the date anchored VWAP's been pretty good as well. So I don't think we're going to get back down there though. But look, anything can happen here. We're just weakness. We're just chopping around. So oh, piss off. I hate how it does that. Yeah, so at the end of the day, this is what we're dealing with Solana. I'm going to chat about Sui. So yeah, I've been swing trading Sui, but it's she's pretty volatile, and it's been a bit of hard work, to be honest. You can see like it's had a shit year, to be honest. Yeah, like traded really well through the Trump pump and everything. It was really good, and then yeah, it's just we're it gave back 66% there. If you want to take to the bottom of the wick 90%, that's crazy, right? So super weakness there, and it's just trying to recover here. I thought that recovery was really good. I was hoping we were going to sit in there, but we're just making lower lows here now as well. So hopefully Bitcoin and everything else can run here, and we don't continue draining out on Sui, which yeah could be a bit of a shit show, to be honest. It's going a bit lower time frame. We've got high volume. Oh, it wasn't really that high. Nice little sweep there, retest. So maybe we'll get some action if there's a bit of action on Bitcoin. Obviously, Sui is the higher beta play, but I started trading it a little bit more because it started doing nice things. You can see it had a nice range, nice high highs, high lows all the way through here. I was using the cipher to start trading that a bit more, but sort of all this price action here is all really just it's been pretty choppy, to be honest. But yeah, that's about it. So no great trades here. I guess we're still see what's going to happen here. I think it's going to stabilize here in this range. Maybe we'll get a sweep low, sweep, or start marking up, which would be good. Confidence seems to be coming back. from this extreme pessimism that we had on Friday. So let's hope that it's the counter trade. As far as cipher trades go, oh look, it's telling us to go long right now. There you go. Quick, put a trade on. No, don't do that. That's not financial advice. And so yeah, there's it's try to trade through here. We missed this bottom of the bottom there, which is a bit unfortunate. So that was Friday. But yeah, I've gone through this a few times now. I'm going to do a deep dive on this indicator shortly, just to go through best ways to trade. You can see it's taken very like the very tight stops here and taken 1-to-1. So this I'm gonna get rid of these lines too. This is cluttering up the chart too much. So I might just put in the entry line and make them selectable so it's not so messy. I'll release that shortly, just because it's really hard to talk about these charts with all those fucking lines everywhere. Yeah, you can see it with so this is kind of classic, right? So this is right. We've had a range here. We've dropped down through the range. We've had a big change in the open interest right there. We've had a high volume spike there. You probably can't really see that very well. The background's green because we've RSI is low as well. So if you look at these RSI indicators, you can see. So this is the multi RSI. So this gives you all the ones. So we've got the 5 minutes oversold, and the 15. Oh, so they're just out of order now because 15's up there. So 15 almost touched it. 5 minute was way down there. So we're on the 5 minute chart. So you can see that this has now added this green there. So and the indicator is based on this multi-time frame cipher. So when we have, you can set the settings for different levels. So when we have the 3 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15 minute oversold, and then we have the 3 minute cross, and you can change these around if you want the 5 minute to cross and back test and things like that. But I'm finding the 3 minute. So once the 3 minute crosses over, and when I'm talking about crossing over, it's the cipher and the EMA of the cipher crosses. So that's what it actually is. You get this little buy signal pops up and alerts, so you can set the alerts for that as well. And then it this calculates it in the strategy tester. So at the moment my settings, we're only getting 50% profitable trades 1-to-1, so that's pretty shit house. I've probably messed up the settings here to the default, so I'll probably need to reset things and see if that's any better. Yeah, so it's saying 58%. That's not great. I normally like it above sort of 65. If you can get it above 65, that normally means you'll trade pretty well. Yeah, this is a fairly classic trade, to be honest. I should actually trade that, but anyway, I'll keep going. Normally I'd like a bit more of a change. So you get this, so it's moving up, you get some sort of break of structure. It then starts looking shit, starts marking down, and then you sweep one of these lows here. So you can see this one would have been a higher probability entry for me than the one that's just currently happened, because you've had more structure to work from. You've had these sweeps down. You're inside your EMA, so this is obviously in a downtrend. So I guess this is like a bump and run, right? So it's moving down. There's your bump, and there's the run. So, but in this case, you're probably only getting a 2-to-1 here, if I can measure. Yeah, 2-to-1. So you got a 2-to-1 trade there. And the way I've been trading these, when we're just chopping around like this, I normally try to take out more. If I get an entry, say I just traded this, right then, I would be looking to take profit in here somewhere, because at least a fair amount of your initial, because, well, this wasn't a great entry, to be honest. It would have been better if it had been back here a bit, but anyway, we're still in a downtrend, right? So it might come into here, it might come back down here. Maybe you stop, won't get taken, maybe I'll go like that, or it's just gonna come down like this. Oh shit, go and draw my chart. So, like, we're still in a downtrend, so you don't know. So you basically got to take a bit off the table so that you can actually at least cover your stops and make a little bit on the side. You've got the entry. Take a bit of profit when you can, and that's why I leave these at 1-to-1. You can see here. So these lines are set up as 1-to-1, 2-to-1, and 3-to-1, and you can change those settings in the actual. Where am I going? In the settings here. So if you go down here, you can see it's set at 1.1, 2, and 3. So they're those lines, and you can change the way how much profit it takes. So you can see I'm taking 100% of the profit at 1-to-1, and then because 100% is gone, these don't matter. But anyway, I will explain that in a detailed video on how to backtest and how to use this strategy tester functions. So yeah, normally I would take, here we go, oh, it almost got there. It's a live demonstration, kids. Alright, so also it has trailing stop, so you can see it just traded there, so it took profit there. Wow, I've never done this live, this is cool. Alright, so actually I've never even seen it do this live before. So you can see there's my take profit, and because it's set for trailing stop, it waited for the price to go up and then pull back. So once it hits this level, the trailing stop's triggered, so the stop's probably down here somewhere. And then as the price moved up, the trailing stop moved up with it, and then it stopped out there. So that's how you get your 1-to-1. Yeah, that's just looking pretty strong actually. Definitely had a good crack at it. So we'll just see what happens here now. It might keep on going. Let's have a look at the others. So I was drawing this before on ETH. I thought this little wedge happening here. I thought we got the sweep high and then rejection. So I was like, we probably might sweep low, and then certainly did happen in the end. Yeah, I stopped watching at some point. Yeah, ETH hasn't had the same response as Bitcoin. I can see Solanzo, that was early this morning. So once again, you've got this sort of downtrend. We've got the break of this kind of higher highs. You can probably say that's a Head and Shoulders as well. Pretty ugly version of it. Same thing though, right? It's just you're losing momentum. You get the break, right? You get one down, and then it starts in this downtrend, and then you get the sort of the deeper sweep. You oversold, open interest change. All the ciphers are all down here. The RSI is down there as well, and then it looks back and goes, okay, we get the cross on the 3 minute. When was there a high volume candle? Yes, there was. Was it oversold? Yes, it was. And then puts a trade on, and you can see then we've traded up here. So this was a pretty good example as well, and you can see we've broken out of this that level as well. So you want to look for levels. 3 drives. If you don't have a level, 3 drives down. 3 high volume clean drives, and you can see we actually got 4 then, right? So but you didn't get the trigger, so you got the trigger there, so you've at least got a stack of drives down, and we've got that level come in there. So There you go. And 18 days been working really well for Solana lately as well. So you could have said, well, the 18 days there, I'm looking for a swoop and reclaim, and we got it. So yeah, this might actually be time to mark up. But of course, that was at 3 a.m. in the morning, so you couldn't really trade that. Sui's I started thinking Sui was gonna start playing the game a bit better, but the problem with Sui is you get situations like this where it starts just like absolutely getting crushed in the down. So yeah, I was going to start trading this more, and then we keep having these situations where you just can't get an entry. She just keeps draining out real hard. So at the moment, I'm a bit more cautious on Sui. If I get the signal, I'm looking for something else. Definitely looking for more factors to consider. You can see this is. I think I marked this out as a weekend range. Yeah, so early Saturday seems to be like the end of like Friday US time. We get this sort of like range gets set, and then we sort of faff about in it all weekend, and then at some point it breaks, and away we go. So I'm not sure if it's no good, but anyway. So same with Sui. That was 3 a.m. when that happened, but we didn't get the same triggers. So yeah, it's no trade there. So that's how it works. How's this going? Yeah, so it's still pumping. So yeah, hopefully you guys put a trade on. I didn't. But anyway, let's keep going. What else I was going to talk about? Yeah, Jup looks pretty good as well. This is just straight liquidity hunter. I did actually put a trade on this morning for this, just because of this sort of recovery. Like it's trying to go lower. It's moved. It broke that level. High volume candle, got stuck under there, but didn't keep selling off. We've broken back above, and I've put a small trade on there. So that's what I'm doing with that one. Liquidity Hunter's been a bit shit lately. We just don't have the momentum in the markets to be nailing the pullbacks. So yeah, still using it as early warning and something to look into, but it's yeah, as far as nice trades are concerned, we certainly don't get all the factors lining up, which is a bit disappointing. And I don't want to change the my trading style for that, because if we start having a nice markup again in Bitcoin and everything else, I'm going to want to have those rules in place to trade from, because it has worked before. It works great when it's working, and so I'm just leaving it on the sideline for the moment and just using it as an indicator. Moving on, I've started trying to trade a bit more with the lower time frames, more scalping type setups, and 1 minute charts, trying to catch these momentum moves. It's pretty hard at the moment. Everything's pretty choppy. So I don't know how to actually identify things that are going to move that well, but I have been using bubble charts to basically look at what's moving on the day. If you get, some coins that are just every day they're performing, then you can sort of start looking at them on the 5 and the 15 and just work out when they're where they're going on those time frames, and then you might be able to jag something like this. One of these moves here where it just marks up forever. Although that was probably only a couple of hours, 2 hours, but it did a 30% in 2 hours. Right, so yeah, if you can get onto these early, then yeah, you can make some good coin. But yeah, that's I still haven't quite solved that riddle yet as far as that goes, and yeah, basically, holy shit, Asta went hard this morning. I do have some Asta trades on. I wonder how. Yeah, I don't think I would have got bumped out on them. Yeah, that might be good. Anyway, guys, that's about it. I don't want to go too much into that because I don't really have an idea of exactly what's going on. Dash has been absolutely cranking as well, so keep that one on your list. As far as the 1 minute time frame is concerned, I think she just keeps marking up and marking up. 5 minutes, you could probably trade 5 minute EMAs, to be honest. So one of the other things I used to do, don't do as much anymore, is like when you get the break above, and then when it starts trading in the EMAs, then as soon as it starts trading below, then you need to take some profit. Once it starts trading above again, start buying pullbacks. You could have bought a pullback in there, could have bought a pullback in there, and then just but keep your stops heaps wide. So keep your stops at least one off. I like to trade two off, so you're not going to have massive gains unless it does something really stupid. But they can be pretty choppy like this. It just chopped straight back down again, and then just got back on with it. And like this is just people clearing liquidity. So it marks up, everybody's moving their stops, and then they just bring it back and chop all everyone's stops out. So just watch out for that. If you're moving stops, if you're one of these people that moves stops, yeah, you want to keep them a little bit off. So you want to keep your stop down here, and then once it starts marking up here, then maybe you go, oh, okay, I might move it up to here. Don't move it up here, and then you get chopped there. Anyway, that's about it for today. I'm going to keep an eye on this Bitcoin trade that's in play, and we'll see how we go. Yeah, as far as positions and swings, I'm fully allocated at the moment, and I will be adding extra if anything happens here. Well, not fully allocated, I've majority allocated, I guess I could say. But yeah, try and stay safe, people. We're in a pretty dodgy kind of environment at the moment until things start moving. And yeah, look out for these sort of head and shoulders and various other things that kind of happen in the markets, and especially when this cipher starts getting a bit overbought. I really thought that we would just have a shallow dip and have another crack at that, but alas, it did not happen. But we're going to get another. If Biddy moves up here, we're going to get another cross here, and you can already see the cipher's already crossed. So we've got the green on the cipher. To be honest, I probably should have been a bit more cautious. We had the cross on the cipher and the cross on the double smooth stochastic, so that was kind of like a good indication that the 12 hours was pretty cooked. I'd used the fixed time frame on the 8 hours as well. It had already crossed and was already overbought. So yeah, keep an eye on these things. As you can see, this is starting to turn up here as well. So yeah, we might just get a pump straight out of you guys. But yeah, let's still be a bit cautious. We could easily just this could easily just be a flag. We just fake out, retest that again, and away we go. But yeah, no man's land. But you may as well be allocated here until we start breaking down further. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll stop the stream, and yeah, happy hunting.